your forecast first. Sponsored by Matex Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing.
Well, it's been a foggy Friday night. There's your proof on the roofing dog night. Bratcher weather camera looking down at Neal and Green in Champaign. There's the proof in the numbers that we've got that actually show visibility numbers that are actually down to a half mile or even less. If you're in Bloomington, Pontiac, you'd see the half mile in Watsika. Not as bad down near Effingham. You can see a nice little area here where fog has become an issue. Right now, not a whole lot going on as far as precipitation goes, but we're watching an area of low pressure that has moisture that's going to swing back around and eventually bring some snow to portions of Ford and Iroquois County, Livingston County here overnight. Could have some snow in the morning for some of you. Here's the thing. There's going to be a lot of you that don't see any snow. We're talking areas north of I-74 and mainly up around, say, Watsika, maybe over into portions of northern Vermilion County. And then we got to worry about some winds as well. We'll talk about the exact area that I'm forecasting about snow coming up. WCIA 3 News starts right
now. From WCIA 3 News.
A state representative is under investigation for theft. We'll tell you what she's accused of taking. 3 teenagers are in custody in connection to a triple murder. What one man who knew both the suspects and the victims had to say. And a gas station sold a winning lotto ticket and got some money in return, but it decided to do with the winnings instead of keeping it.
You're watching your local news leader. This is WCIA 3 News at 10.
Good evening, I'm Paul Cicchini.
And I'm Jessica Coons. We have more information on an investigation into State Representative Carol Ammons. WCIA broke the news earlier today that a court-appointed special prosecutor took on this case to decide if there's probable cause to charge her for stealing a purse. Sources with the CARLE resale boutique say it happened at that store 2 weeks ago in Urbana. And tonight we know more on what they say was shown in security footage from the shop. WCIA 3's Jennifer Jensen is live in our newsroom. To Jennifer, what else do you know about this?
Jessica, I went to Representative Ammons' Urbana office this afternoon to speak with her directly about this, but she refused to comment on camera. WCIA requested a statement from her 3 days ago. A day later, her aide sent a brief statement describing what happened as, quote, a non-story about a simple misunderstanding. On Friday, January 10th, CARLE thrift store representatives say a Coach purse worth $80 was discovered missing after Ammons had left the store. Sources with the thrift shop say there were wads of paper used to fill purses for display that were laying on the floor in a dressing room, and the tag from that purse was found on the floor in another part of the shop. After reviewing and analyzing the security video, they contacted police to file a report. I asked to see the footage from that day, but CARLE's security team has not responded to my request. WCIA got a hold of court records that showed Urbana police handed the investigation to state police. The Champaign County State's attorney asked a judge to appoint a special prosecutor to handle this, saying there could be a conflict of interest or the appearance of impropriety if her office were to prosecute Ammons. The judge granted that request. The Office of the Illinois State's Attorney Appellate Prosecutor was assigned to the case. WCIA filed requests under the Freedom of Information Act to see that police report originally filed. Urbana and state police would not comment on the active investigation. We called the director of the Office of the State's Attorney Appellate Prosecutor about this. The director said it would be, quote, inappropriate to comment on a pending case investigation. We're dealing with a situation here where everybody involved is presumed innocent until proven guilty, end quote. We will bring you more details as this investigation develops. In the newsroom, I'm Jennifer Jensen, WCIA 3, your local news leader.
Jennifer, thank you. Some more information about that resale shop in Urbana. The store runs on donations, and it operates as a charity to raise money for CARLE nursing scholarships and to support the guest house.
The Illinois Gaming Board says one of its employees leaked sensitive information on gambling licensees and applicants. It says the breach was identified January 3rd. The information was sent without authorization to 3 federal agencies. There's an ongoing FBI criminal investigation into state legislators, bribery, and sweepstakes operators. The Gaming Board has placed the source on administrative leave and has contacted those who received the documents to destroy them since they are confidential. There's new information about a triple murder in Danville. 3 teenagers have been arrested in connection to that crime. 18-year-old Cloinger Robinson is charged with murder along with a 16-year-old. A 17-year-old was arrested for aggravated robbery. Police say Nathaniel Gentry, Anthony Jones, and Cordell Reed, all in their 60s, were found beaten and stabbed to death inside a home on Elm and Cherry Streets yesterday. We spoke with Ed Butler, the leader of the 3 Kings of Peace. He knew the 3 men who were killed and has also worked with those teenagers who were arrested.
Kind of caught us off guard a little bit. I know that they had some issues. Yeah, because you know, we see those kids every day. You know, in the schools and you know, around the neighborhood and stuff there. You know, and I didn't think that they would take it this far.
Police say they are still investigating.
A woman died after being hit by a car in Champaign. This happened around 6 last night near University in Russell. The Champaign County coroner says 56-year-old Mary Johansson died at the hospital this afternoon. Police say a vehicle was turning left and hit her in a crosswalk while she was walking her dog. That driver was cited for failure to yield, but police are still investigating.
A person wasn't the only one who walked away with lotto winnings in one town, while a school district did too.
Plus, the weather didn't put a big dent into basketball like it did last week. We'll have Full Court Friday coming up.